overwhelming to go to the store and see a whole host of needles and not know exactly which one is the right one for your project. We're going to just briefly go over some of the anatomy of your needle and why one might work over another for the project that you're working on. Here is a gigantic needle that I have. This one is a Schmetz, and you may use another brand, but generally speaking, they're about the same. The Schmetz does have the flat on the back that you put towards the back of the machine when you install your needle. But the point, I bet you knew that one, the eye, and then this is the groove. This is where the thread goes up. This is the front of the needle. On the back of the needle, we have the scarf, and this is the shaft, and this is the shank. So why would I need one needle over another? If I'm doing a project with a knit, I'm going to want something with a ball point. And the reason for that is that when you have pantyhose on and you snag it, one of those fibers gets snagged and it sends a run all the way up. The same thing can happen with our knits because pantyhose are knit just in the same way as knit fabric is. There are two different kinds that you can use for that. There's a jersey and a stretch needle. What's the difference between the two of them? They both have the ball point, but jersey is great for a looser knit or a more static knit, something with not a lot of stretch. If you've got something that's got any kind of spandex in it, you're going to want the stretch needle. And the reason for that is that this scarf is just a little bit longer and allows that connection with the bobbin hook to be made better. If you are using a jersey needle and you have a lot of stretch, you have something with spandex, you may end up with some skip stitches. Moving on, if you've got a woven, a universal needle works on so many things. It's a good bet, but if your stitching starts to look a little wonky, you might go with a Microtex. That's got an extremely sharp point on it and will make for a very, very accurate stitching. Top stitch in the same way has a very, very accurate point as well, but that one is going to have a much bigger groove so that you can use a heavier weight top stitch thread. Hopefully those will give you some tips for next time you're selecting your needle.